Hello, my name is Tom Stiles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show number 356. Well, tonight I thought I'd do something a little different. Listening to the HF band, but I thought I would try to pick up some what I call HF utility broadcast. And included in that is airline traffic. And what I mean by airline traffic, I mean communications of the airlines to an airline controller, an air traffic controller. Um, and I wanted to do it on HF. Now, normally the airlines will communicate via towers and stuff like that when they're over land in the VHF band, the 120, 130 megahertz band. But once they get out of range of land, and since VHF communications is short range, say maybe a couple hundred miles at the most, they have to use HF, which is travels a lot longer distance, and so they use HF when they're away from land. Now, let me show you what I found. I found via an email from a users group that one of the very active ones is 8.918 megahertz. And if we go to this global frequency database and put in 8.918, this is a listing it gives you of all these frequencies. I mean, they're all the same, but all these places that use this means of communications to airlines. And the one I'm hearing right now is coming out of New York, and this is what it's all about. And I can go to another web page, it'll tell us what this is. And what this is, let me go to the top of the page, is the major world airline route areas frequencies is what's on this page. And it explains to you that just what I was trying to say was that once a airplane, commercial airline, gets away from land, it has to use HF for communications, and there are specific frequencies to use for those communications. And they're out throughout the world. And like I say, the one I'm hearing tonight is coming out of New York. So I can I got my Grundig radio hooked up to my external antenna, and I've had a lot of traffic before. Let me see if it's still there. Wouldn't you know it, it's all gone. Okay, while we're waiting for some traffic, I'm going to tell you about one that I heard. It was Delta Flight 556. And what you can do, you can go to another web page. Here's a map of these routes that we're talking about throughout the world. And I went to this web page, Flight Aware, which will tell you where airplanes are everywhere throughout the world. And it puts it on a nice map. And it's real time or delayed slightly, maybe 5 minutes. So I can come down here and put in DL for Delta 556, which is what I heard the controller was talking to this aircraft, Delta 556, and giving them some instructions and status. So let's go to that.
TRRS, Shortwave, 62 position.
I'm trying to be quiet here because there was just another transmission.
TRRS, 803 position.
See, there's an air traffic controller asking for this flight's, not this particular one, but another flight's.
JetBlue 803 position.
JetBlue
8011, flight level 350. Estimate Hansi 00 0.18. Thank next. Fuel 10.8.
Okay, that's the traffic with the turn it down while I'm talking, with a JetBlue aircraft talking to this New York controller. And the one I heard was before was this Delta 556, and this map shows you where it is, estimated where it is, and where it's going. It's going to JFK, so it's going down here from, I believe this is the Dominican Republic, and it's going to JFK Airport. And the one I heard, I didn't hear the flight number, but it was a JetBlue.
And on God, you call New York Center 126.02. And on God, New York Center 126.02, JetBlue 810. New York, JetBlue 862 position. JetBlue 862, go ahead. JetBlue 862, cross vector time 0003, flight level 340. Estimating TASMI 0048. Savic next. Fuel on board 21.2. Roger 0003340, TASMI 0048. Savic at 21.2. All correct, JetBlue 862.
Okay, I guess I didn't get the correct airlines. I just guessed it was JB for JetBlue, but maybe it's not, because it doesn't show it on his map. Let me zoom out here. No. So anyway,
525, go ahead.
there's a 525. I couldn't hear.
0015,
Yeah, I couldn't hear the airline.
Cessna 0015370, main core 0041, change at 9.6 on the field. This is a 9.6 on the field? 9.6. All correct for agreement classified.
So they're giving the air traffic controller information about their flight. And what's interesting is sometimes they have problems, and so they'll start a communications where the air traffic controller, such as, they've got one of their passengers is sick, or they've got actually a problem with the airplane. So it's kind of interesting to listen to. It's one of those things that you set your radio up and you listen in background and kind of subconsciously try to catch anything that sounds interesting. And it's quite busy in the early morning, and it's quite busy from what I've seen in the afternoon. And usually I was listening around noontime and I didn't hear much traffic, and maybe that's partly, I can't talk tonight, maybe that's partly due to conditions in that I wasn't getting a very strong signal like I would in the dark hours of the night, of the day, night, whatever. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Again, at 8.918, there are several locations all over the world that communicate with these people, airlines, and there are many frequencies that these guys are on. And another one that I'm going to see if I can catch some traffic is, I've got some frequencies for the United States Coast Guard, and it's for emergency conditions. So I'll kind of watch the weather, and if we've got some bad weather along the coast, I'll set up my radio to listen to these. So anyway, that's the show for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.